Hello everyone, this is Deathproof and we're gonna play Marvel Future Fight. In today's video we're gonna showcase my favorite game mode, and that's Alliance Battle Extreme. Of course, welcome to the channel, and like, subscribe and left a comment about if you liked or not the video at the end. And what I'm gonna do generally is I'm gonna showcase all the teams I'm using, because I'm focusing on ABX, and as you can see, we were fighting here. We're worthy origins, and we're 21-21 with all stars PHDHG. Sorry for butchering your name, guys. And yes, that's the final 16. So the 16 first alliance from this overall. We are fourth now. We're going into a tournament, and how could you do that? You have to play this rounds here. So we're gonna go round by round. In the first round, of course, now we're talking about silent season. Silent season is the season that you have to cancel the roars of the beast with silence. Yes, no shit. And this last villain, super villain, is it's where I'm using one of my favorite characters, and at least for ABX, and that's Mephisto. You are not using him as leadership, you're using the leadership of Cyclops. And yes, here is Mr. Cyclops, and you would like to use Claw for his passive abilities. You're using Cyclops as leadership because he's giving the leadership ability. Here you can see, and he's giving 30%. I prefer having the CTP of Insight on my Cyclops, because you're using him on Mail Blast also, and I'm doing the silence with Mephisto's 6 skill. So that's the best team, and the best CTP for this guy is Mighty Judgment, or Brilliant Judgment of course, after Ghost Raids and after Symbol Judgment. So CTP of Insight in Cyclops and Judgment or Raids on Mephisto. Let's go to the next day. The next day is the free day, I think. Yes, and for silence, as it is for all seasons, the best team is this one, is Loki. And I'm using leadership of She-Hulk, and okay, the other support is Valkyr. Yes, Valkyr and She-Hulk. I'm giving the insight on She-Hulk because you're using her for combat hero also leadership. So you're using CTP of Insight in both teams, and she got one of the best leaderships for villains in ABX. That's why you're using her instead of Cyclops or Rebony. I'm using a CTP of Raids on my Loki, and the tier 3 is the one skill you're using to silence him. You're completely ignoring the tier 3, and you're using it only when it needs to do the cancelling there. And okay, let's go to the next day. The next day, it's Universal Superhero. Universal Superhero is kind of the meta is on Wanda. She's having female and non-female characters. She's for hero and female hero both days. She is the meta, and she's having support from Ghost Panther and Nova Richards. I prefer giving Ghost Panther the CTP of Insight because I'm using him also as a support with Mephisto in the free day of Burn season, and I have given that to him, but you could also give that to FYLA and double use her in this and the female hero day, Universal Female Hero Day. And yes, that's another support here, really important. But I prefer this team. My Wanda is cancelling with the 4th skill and the 5th skill, and the best CTP for her is CTP of Raids also. Let's run to the next one. This video is asked by Venusian, the Swag. He's one of the best followers and subscriber, my favorite, one of my favorites, and my worst also, yes. And yeah, let's go to the next day. It's Combat Superhero. Combat Superhero, the best ones is Wolverine at the moment, and you want to use him with the same team up, this one here and Valkyr. That's the best team up for him, and he's canceling with his third skill. You want some creeps to hit you and do your sixth skill there. Here is the CTPS Insight I already told you before I'm using on She-Hulk. So the next team feels like being okay. Blast Mail, you're using pretty much the same team with the Blast Villain, but instead of Claw, you're using Ancient One. Ancient One got a really huge, got a big buff here, passive ability, 25% elemental, so combined with his leadership, it's like 70%, so it's more than Cyclops. That's why you're using him in this team. And here you have a option for, as before you had option instead of Wolverine using Venom. He's pretty much the same, but Wolverine it's better in total, and both of them got CTP of Rage, I forget to mention. And here Mephisto, it's like the best, but he's you know, he having fights with Cable. Cable, you can use Cable with Coulson instead of Ancient One, leadership of Cyclops, and Coulson as a support. That's a second team you could use this day. And let's go and see what's the next one. The next one is Universal Villain. Universal Villain, it's one, it's like something like that. You want to have this thing here and this thing here, and the other one is FYLA. FYLA, cause she got the team up with Loki, and Loki is the best. So in this team, I would rather use a CTP of Insight on my girl Proxima. But at the moment I got a Ranger here, so I'm going to equip an Insight instead of Raids. And here Loki got the silence, as I said, in the free day. So you're double using already, you know, Mephisto 2 times, Loki 2 times. So you have to think smart, you know. You have to build characters that you can use in multiple days, like this team up I got. Here, Speed Superhero, that's something that Meta recently changed. You know, MAKKARI took place of Luna. They are going toe to toe, so it's not like way better MAKKARI, but it's pretty much the same, MAKKARI or Luna, with the CTP of Raids. And MAKKARI got no silence, so you're using White Fox. And you're using, the team looks like that, let me show you. And if you're having the, where is my MAKKARI? Oh, my MAKKARI is here, my White Fox is missing. Okay, that's the team for Speed Hero, and you're using White Fox to silence with your tier 3, so you're using in the start White Fox, you're swapping into MAKKARI, swapping into White Fox, you need to do that. Or instead of that, you can go with this team here, which is the same for female Speed Hero. And with this team, you know, you're losing a bit of the leadership of Nick Fury. You know, we've got less all attack, but got the passive ability 50%, so it's like you're losing 30%, but you have the opportunity to use the silence from her AWAKEN skill, which is way faster than, you know, swapping into White Fox 2 times. And in this team, I'm using Insight on my White Fox. You know, to have these high scores, like I have, like 9.5 I did today with Supergiant, you need to have, you know, the Insight on every single team. You have to be careful with your build, with your CTPS, and all of this stuff. After is Combat Villain, that's a day that Apocalypse has it way more time. Apocalypse with a CTP of Rage, or with a Judgment, or a Mighty Judgment is even better for him. He can do the silence with his 4th skill, so he's really easy peasy, and you're using him with the leadership of Abomination. And the other character you're using is Taskmaster. And I've got the CTP of Insight on my Taskmaster because I'm using him for World Boss Legend also, so you want the Insight being on him. Other team, the next team here, another team you can use, it's like Mr. Fantastic or Carnage, but they're not that good, you know. Apocalypse is way better. And yes, after is no criteria, again Loki, as I told you. Here is the Universal Superhero Female. This time I'm using my girl here again, Wanda. Where is she? Okay, she's in the back of my head. And I'm using Captain Marvel, of course, with her hero uniform and FYLA. And I'm using her because you're getting 5% energy attack. So that's why you want to have insight on FYLA, because you can use her double time instead of Nova, let's say, or instead of Ghost Panther, you know. She got pretty much the same support, and you're using again the 4th and the 5th skill of Wanda to cancel the roar. And after Wanda, it's the super villain female, like today. Okay, so we're here, we're in today, round 11. And in today I used this team up, it's the best, Proxima and MYSTIQUE. I would rather give you, I already told you to have an insight on Proxima, so you can have an insight here on Proxima, or you can have an insight on your MYSTIQUE, because you are using her in speed villain also later. So here I'm using Supergiant, and my Supergiant has a CTP of Judgment. She's working really nice with the Judgment, even better than Raids for Alliance Battle Extreme. That's kind of rare, and she's cancelling with all of her skills because she got a passive ability of silencing. The 5th skill is the more safe way to cancel, but still, you know. And the next one is Speed Superhero Female. That's the team with Wave, White Fox and Luna I was speaking about before. And the next one is Combat Female. In Combat Female you got like two choices, and the choices is like that. You're having this team. You can use CRESENT as the main DPS search with raids. You got the insight on your She-Hulk, as I told you before, and you can either go full on CRESENT or swap with Valkyrie, you know. There is Athena that coming into the game and perhaps is really good, and X-23, but they are not that good as CRESENT. CRESENT is the meta now in this one. So CRESENT, Wolverine, and our girl, where is she, MAKKARI, just took their place into the meta, guys. They are the best at the moment, you know, from the previous meta list I had done from ABX. So after that is Speed Villain. Speed Villain, we're talking about CORVUS. And yes, CORVUS is the Speed Villain, and the best leadership is this one. And the best support is this one, and CORVUS is the main DPS. You can use, instead of this team, Hawkeye as the leadership, and double dip Hawkeye with CORVUS. For CORVUS, the best one is CTP of Raids, of course, and our girl MYSTIQUE got the CTP of Insight, as I told you before, guys. So after that, we're going again into the start, and that's all. That's all. So we're counting here. Let's do a counting. You need like one insight here, one insight here. So it's two insight. Proxima, Proxima, Cyclops, Taskmaster, and MYSTIQUE is 4th, and She-Hulk is the 5th. And Ghost Panther or FYLA is the 6th. And yes, you pretty much need only 6 insight, 7 or on White Fox, of course, 7 insight, and you can swap it between the teams. And from the 7, and you need like CTP of Raids, 7 in CTP of Insight to be, you know, meta in ABX, and in total you need like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yes, 10 CTP of Raids or Judgment, depending on the character. So it's an investment. You have to do like 10 to 11 CTP of Raids and CTP of Judgment, and 7 CTP of Insight in total to go through the content and go for the best 16 teams. So yes, it's up to you if you want to participate. I really enjoyed, I really like, and Worthy Origins helps me, you know, being in the top. And they're really tough hitters there. There is guys that's scoring way more than me. I'm like in the bottom 10 or 20. But yes, I'm getting better from them. I'm asking them about the new strategies and stuff, and every single fight you're doing, oh, 50 hex. That's cool. Yes, you don't really need them if you already have your tier 2, but yes. And generally, you know, ABX style is tough. You know, you want to be always in the meta. You want to participate every single day and having max score. And yes, it's kind of hard to keep up with the meta and all the new characters getting into the game. You need to be ready to unequip your CTP of Insight and equip your CTP of Raids and equip it in the new character and build them from the start. You know. I had really bad luck here, as you see. I was talking just to make it to fool the system, you know, but doesn't work. That's from me, guys. I hope I helped you decide what to build next to be better in ABX, and I hope you enjoy the ABX. If you want to see more ABX content, you know, want to see me killing every single day the stage and show you the best strategy to do it, tell me in the comments so I can do more ABX related video, cause you know I was getting the feeling that you don't really like ABX to see me, you know, destroying the beast and all that stuff. Okay, I hope I helped you. Again, bye bye to everyone and thank you being in the channel. But guys, means a lot to me. See you in the next.